Hey Vikings fans, if you thought this offseason was already wild, buckle up, because a massive quarterback rumor is shaking the NFL right now. Imagine this for a second. A former #1 overall pick, a two-time Pro Bowler, and one of the most electrifying quarterbacks of the last decade, potentially wearing purple in Minnesota. Yeah, you heard that right. Reports around the league are pointing to one stunning possibility. Kyler Murray could be heading to the Minnesota Vikings once the new NFL league year officially begins. And if that actually happens, it could completely change the future of the Vikings quarterback room overnight. But here's where things get even more interesting. This isn't just a random rumor floating around social media. Multiple insiders are suggesting Minnesota might actually be the favorite landing spot for Murray once he officially becomes a free agent. Right now, technically, Murray is still under contract with the Arizona Cardinals. The new league year hasn't started yet, so everything is in that strange waiting period the NFL goes through every offseason. But the Cardinals have already informed him that he will be released once the league year opens. That means one of the most talented quarterbacks from the 2019 draft class is about to hit the open market for the first time in his career. And when a quarterback with that level of talent becomes available, the entire league starts paying attention. Teams looking for a spark, a backup plan, or even a new starter suddenly have a rare opportunity on their hands. Now here's where the Minnesota Vikings enter the picture in a big way. Insiders around the league believe Minnesota is not only interested, they might actually be the most logical landing spot for Murray. Think about the situation. The Vikings are entering a season where they still want to develop their young quarterback, but they also want to stay competitive right now. That creates the perfect environment for bringing in a veteran quarterback who can compete for the starting job while also pushing the young players in the room to improve. The quarterback situation in Minnesota is one of the most fascinating storylines in the entire NFL right now. The Vikings used a first-round pick on J.J. McCarthy, and the organization clearly believes he could be their long-term answer. But developing a young quarterback is never a straight path. Injuries, inconsistencies, and growing pains are all part of the process. So the Vikings front office may be looking at this moment as an opportunity to bring in a proven talent who can stabilize the position while McCarthy continues to grow. And that's exactly where Kyler Murray becomes such an intriguing option. Despite the ups and downs in Arizona, Murray's career numbers still show just how dangerous he can be when he's healthy. Over his career, Murray has averaged numbers that would translate to nearly 4,000 passing yards and around 30 total touchdowns in a full season, combining his arm talent with elite mobility. When he's playing at his best, he's one of the most difficult quarterbacks in the league to defend. But Vikings fans, the biggest question right now isn't talent. It's timing. Murray is coming off a difficult stretch in Arizona that included injuries and a complicated relationship with the organization. Last season ended early due to a serious foot injury that shut him down for the remainder of the year. That situation ultimately pushed the Cardinals toward a full reset, leading to the decision to move on from their former franchise quarterback. Financially, the situation is also fascinating. Because of the way Murray's contract works, the Cardinals still owe him a massive amount of guaranteed money in 2026. That means whichever team signs him next likely won't need to pay him a huge salary. Instead, he could sign a one-year prove-it deal for the league minimum, while still collecting the guaranteed money from Arizona. And if that happens, suddenly Murray becomes one of the best bargain opportunities in the entire NFL. Imagine adding a former Pro Bowl quarterback to your roster for essentially the cost of a backup. For a team like the Vikings that already has an explosive offense, that kind of move could instantly raise the ceiling of the entire roster. Now picture Murray stepping into Kevin O'Connell's offensive system. This is the same coach who helped maximize quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and even helped revive Sam Darnold's career during his time with the Vikings. O'Connell's system is built around timing, creativity, and maximizing playmakers, which sounds like the perfect environment for a quarterback with Murray's skill set. And let's not forget the weapons Murray would have in Minnesota. Throwing to Justin Jefferson alone is enough to make any quarterback excited about joining this offense. Add in the Vikings' play-action game, their creative passing concepts, and their ability to stretch the field, and suddenly you can see why many analysts believe Minnesota might be Murray's preferred destination. But here's the twist that makes this situation even more dramatic. If Murray signs with the Vikings, it probably won't be as the unquestioned starter. Instead, the team would likely create a full-blown quarterback competition between Murray and J.J. McCarthy heading into training camp. And honestly, Vikings fans, that might be exactly what this team needs. Competition at quarterback forces everyone to elevate their game. It pushes young players to develop faster and ensures the coaching staff gets the absolute best performance from whoever wins the job. If McCarthy proves he's ready, he wins the role. If Murray rediscovers his Pro Bowl form, the Vikings suddenly have a dangerous veteran leading the offense. There's also the possibility that Murray could simply serve as a short-term solution while McCarthy continues to develop. 1 year in Minnesota, a strong season, and Murray could rebuild his value across the league. We've seen quarterbacks completely revive their careers in similar situations before. Just look at how players like Geno Smith resurrected their careers after getting the right opportunity. Sometimes all a quarterback needs is the right coach, the right locker room, and the right supporting cast. And that's exactly what the Minnesota Vikings believe they have right now. But Vikings fans, let me ask you something. Would you actually want to see Kyler Murray in purple and gold? Do you think he would beat out J.J. McCarthy for the starting job? Or would this just be a temporary experiment? Because the reality is this situation could go in multiple directions. The Vikings could sign Murray and let him compete. They could decide to fully commit to McCarthy and look elsewhere for a backup. Or another team could suddenly jump into the race and steal Murray away before Minnesota even gets the chance. What we do know is this. The moment the new league year begins, the quarterback market is going to explode. And Kyler Murray might become one of the most fascinating free agents of the entire offseason. If Minnesota truly is the favorite to land him, the Vikings could be one bold move away from completely reshaping their offense. So Vikings fans, I want to hear from you right now. Should the Minnesota Vikings sign Kyler Murray? Would you start him over J.J. McCarthy? Or stick with the young quarterback and trust the future of this franchise? Drop your opinion in the comments because this debate is just getting started. And if you want to stay updated with all the latest Minnesota Vikings news, rumors, trades, and breaking stories, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because if this Kyler Murray situation develops the way many insiders believe it might, the Minnesota Vikings could be at the center of one of the biggest quarterback stories of the entire NFL offseason. And trust me, Vikings Nation, this story is far from over. Purple Circle fire.